Hey everybody, good morning I should say. It's just coming up to 9:30 in the morning here in Lanzarote. Jane and I are still here, everyone else has buggered off. Rob got out last night, so did Ada, or early morning yesterday. And we're slowly getting organised, slowly catching up, so we'll see how it goes. I'm currently writing the press release. We decided we'd wait until today, and there's more to talk about when the boats are getting through those squeeze zones around the Canaries and so on and get into clear water. It's been an interesting night watching the tracker. I'm assuming some of you will have been doing that, and we'll talk about it in a minute as we go through. Interestingly, we're, as you know, at the end of the Globe 580 Transat. In fact, I should say the McIntyre Globe 580 Transat. We're rolling straight over into the mini globe race. And so some of the things that are actually happening now, in fact, all of the things that are happening now as we progress across the Atlantic in relation to communication with the entrants, to their managers, and with us are exactly the same as a trial run going into the mini globe race. And what we're finding already, it's highlighting a few things. It's hard for us to know exactly what's going on the boats unless it's something what we call newsworthy. Everything's working. Just checking with Jane to see that we're up and running. So normally in our other races, we get the tweets directly onto our own system here. So every day, a couple of times a day, we're watching what's going on with the entrants. We put those tweets up on Facebook and Twitter and so on. And then we can talk about it when we do the daily tracker update like we're doing now. Now, the challenge there is we're not necessarily planning for a daily update all the way around the world for the next 15 months, as you know. But for the Transat, it's a little bit more exciting. So whilst they're contacting their managers with a mandatory tweet every day, just as a safety check-in, and we're operating all those procedures, I'm actually going to send a message to the entrants now and just say, look, for the sake of the Transat at least, how about sending me a tweet just letting us know what's going on. We're picking up bits off their own social media, and they've had a windy night. There's been a bit of contrast all over the place. And Adam just did a live report with the BBC in the UK. We had the links for it, but they haven't got it up yet on their system so that you could all log in and listen to it after the event. But I'm sure they will. As soon as we get that, we'll put it up. That's quite interesting, and then we'll get it up on Facebook anyway. So you can listen to that, and they'll be well. Anyway, we'll go ahead and I'll show you exactly what we do know from the passage through the various islands of the Canaries. And I nearly did a live last night actually because Kerry on Origami was absolutely flying. He was averaging nearly 7 knots during the pings on the position, but he was heading straight for a complete calm area, and I thought, oh, he's cooked. But now he managed to still run down the edge of it. So he's obviously getting the weather. He slowed up a bit, but the others gained a bit as well. Anything else I can tell you? No, that's really about it. I'll show you now the tracker. We'll go through that. Then I'll bring you over to Windy during the course of that to show you a more detailed expression of what was going on with these blind spots and so on. So it's still a random tracker report. I'm not scheduling an exact time, so sorry if you are hoping to know exactly when it's coming so you can log in, but we're already getting some people jumping on now, so that's kind of cool. Okay, so I will now go over to the tracker. You should see that hopefully, and you've got that. I've now got to go onto my tracker page. Okay, so the first thing that's interesting here is something I noticed, and I'm not sure why it's done that. And yes, there are some glitches going on. It'll settle down. We've got to send a message to Yobrick today and explain a couple of things. But you'll see here, this is like a straight line course for Origami. He was flying previously. At the moment, he's doing. I'll just pull that up. At the moment, he's doing averaging 5 knots, but when he was coming through the edge of the island here, he was averaging 6.9 knots for the previous 4 hours, but he was heading straight to this calm area in the lee of the island, and we thought he was going to stop dead. And but he actually, this is showing as if it's straight course, and he's always been running down the side. But if I go back, I'll just come here now and see if I can pull you back to me. if I go there and pull you back to me, I just want to show you something. I've never seen this before. This is my phone. I'm going to pull up the tracker here, and you'll see a dog leg. So I don't know whether you can see that. Hang on a sec. You can just see the dog leg right there. This is Origami's track. He was coming across the bottom of the island here, doing nearly 7 knots average. And if he continued that course, he would have gone straight into the lee shadow where there was 0 wind and just parked. But he didn't. He's obviously getting good weather, and he turned just in time, and he's running down the edge. So now if I go back here to the tracker, Jane will tell me if this is not working, but it seems to be. So, what happened there? Oops. I know what's happened. I turned the bloody tracker off. Okay, so you're about to get a quick explanation here while I come back onto, let's see, mini globe race. I'm not sure what you're seeing at the moment. What are they seeing, Jane? Windy. Okay. None of me, and me as well. Okay. All right. So I'm just, I should pull this up. I'm just hoping it's on so I can share you just to show you. Why is it not showing the screen there? Oh. Because you need to show on the yeah, no, I've only got Windy there. It's not here. And have a look at this, Jane. Somehow he pressed the wrong button when it deleted. I'm not sharing. Oh, I've got to get it up first to show. We want to share the screen, that screen. So we hit it there, right? Yes. Yep. Okay. I'm learning again. Here we go. And then we go to that one there and share that. Boom. Okay. So now I'm just going to come back and see what you're looking at. It's there. So I'm going to hit this this one here.
Show on the thing.
Show on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. There it is. Radio. So I'm just pulling it back up again now. I'm going to show you.
But you need to make that big. Now your 3 screen.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to. I don't mind see screen. Hello, everybody. So we can.
3 screen.
So you're showing 3 or not?
Yes, you need to make that big.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not. Yeah. I'm just going to show them, just to remind them about the boxes here on the website. So these are the boxes that we spoke about the other day. I'm just going to hit the live tracker one here. This is how you get to it if you've never done this before, because you're on Facebook. It comes up as the tracker. Okay, we've already done the qualifier. Now we're going to go Globe Transat. So I hit that, and it'll come up Globe Transat. What's happening? Yeah, it's just behind. Oh, it's gone. I've gone fuzzy. We're using too much bandwidth, probably. Anyway, I'll get this up, and we'll be back on track. Stand by, everybody. Put the wind in there. I'm going to go windy. Okay, so we've got that there, and then I'm just going to enlarge that. So, other way, boom, boom, come on. Get it across here. Sorry about this, everyone.
You need solo on.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to come back and put that. I just wanted to show people what's going on here. So now I'm going to go solo on for the tracker. Boom, boom, there. Solo on. Right, now we've got the big tracker. I've disappeared, which is kind of good. Later on for the next ones, everything will get really sophisticated because we will. What the heck? I pushed it on and it just still disappeared. Here we go. We still there? You still got the tracker?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
You don't need windy. Then shut the windy. You make that.
Yeah, we're just having a bandwidth problem here. I'm going to shut a few things here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Hopefully, we don't need that one. We don't need that one. We don't need that one. But I still haven't got the wind on the tracker at the moment. There you are. I might try and, if I boot that again, let me have a look at what you're seeing. You're just seeing what I'm seeing, and there's no wind on the tracker. This is a bandwidth problem here. I'm going to reboot that. This could get boring. I might have to come back to this. I'll just try it one more time. Boom. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to hit the wind here to get the wind back on. Come on. Yep, we got the wind. That's good. Now I'm just going to boost that up so we can see what's going on. Okay. All right. Now we're just about there. I got to put they're short tails, short snail trails. I'm going to increase the snail trails so you can see them defined. Now the weather here at the moment is set for 10:30 this morning when it's actually 9:30, so that's all fine. Okay, so we're back to square one, and I can talk now about the boats and what they're doing. First of all, not sure exactly what Argo's doing. He slowed right down. You can see he came across into the blind spot, and at one point he was only doing 1.5 knots, but he's taken off again now, and he's really roaring out to the west. I'm not sure why, but he's obviously got a plan, doing 4.6 knots average at the moment. Still got a problem with the distance in the last 24 hours. It's not 263 miles. We'll get on to Yellow Brick and see if they can sort that. But he's doing pretty well. He's got breeze there now, but he's still got some sort of a plan. So that's the number there. Jasmine, tail end of the fleet, doing 2.7 knots. It's probably a soft area. You can see the lighter grey here, and it might define if I just pull that across a bit. No, it's not showing anything new, but that's probably a factor of the breeze. As you can see the lighter area, so he's got a lot less wind. John over here, 4.3 knots, doing okay. Not up as fast as he'd probably like to be, but that's it. Not 250 miles in the last 24 hours either. All the 24-hour ratings are a bit off cue at the moment, but that'll get settled hopefully by tonight. And Popeye's doing 4.3, still on course. This yellow band of breeze here is showing at probably 25 to 30 knots, 25 gusting 30. It's quite solid. Some of them would have had 35 knots or more last night in the gusts, in the squeeze zone when they're coming through. So, biggest monkey making good progress south, and 5.3 knots, doing pretty well. I'll see what his average is. It makes it really hard to actually see what their rankings are as well. And it's still a bit early, as I was saying before. They're going across to Antigua, so it doesn't really mean much in terms of their line on a situation right now, because it's still a little bit far away and they're a line abreast, so there wouldn't be much in it, but showing ninth. Immortal Game, 4 knots, they're all sticking together. Jane said this morning, they're all part of the game, all right next to each other, and that's because they're all one design, everything's the same. And it is hard to make a break, if you hugely increase the effort, but most are taking it pretty easy at the moment. Nonetheless, BB, Jacob hanging in with the fleet. He was way behind on the trial run, on the qualifier, but that was probably part of him just settling in. Now he's performing quite well, 4.2 knots. Peter Punk doing 3.8. This is a soft breeze situation. They've obviously, this sort of lighter area spinning off the back of the islands is affecting them, because she would normally be sailing a lot faster than that. And Renaud the same. So he's a performance guy, so they're all, pushing the breeze, spinnakers up. They've probably got a reasonable sea running as well, which I'll show you in a minute, but, still all together there. Little B is doing okay, 5.3. They should have heaps of breeze there. It's showing quite solid breeze. Little Wren, 4.8. We did detect that Little Wren was having some, pretty solid seas, and backed off a little bit because it was quite challenging, and it could have been partially, they would have been quite steep in the squeeze zone here. As we mentioned before, Origami all slowed down in the soft spot. So the others over to the east, which will have more breeze, will actually start to probably pass him. So let's have a look at what the sea state's showing here, and then I'll roll you, once you get a feel for this, I'll roll you over to Windy for those that have never used Windy before, to show you how much more defined and accurate it actually is. So current, we want waves, so I hit that. You can see all of the sea is starting to pick up now. They're under the influence of that big system out in the North Atlantic as well. Breeze coming behind them. These sorts of colours now is picking up to 3.5 meters maybe. Between 2.5 to 3 meters back here, it's starting to transition as they get further to the southwest. And I'll come down to the bottom of the tracker just to confirm, and you can see what's going on with this color gradient. So there's 6 meter seas, the clear sort of purpley red. This is 2 meter seas, and as it's transitioning, this is going into, sort of 3 meters, 3 and a bit meters. So this is into the 2, 2.5. This is now getting into the 3, so it's building up and the wind's dropping off. So it still shouldn't be too bad, but they'll start to feel that. And if I now go back to the weather, we just push it through and start to look at first what's the sea state going to do as the day progresses. That's at 1 o'clock, midday. You can see the heavier seas are starting to come towards them. So by this afternoon, this is tonight, later today, the seas are going to be up around 3 meters, 3.5, and it's building. So they're going to be in typical ocean conditions very quickly. So this is tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, 7:30, they'll all be getting it. And the colours that I'm seeing there, yeah, it's a good solid 3, maybe even pushing into 4. Let's have a look here. No, it's probably, 3 and a bit, but they'll know about it. They'll be reporting, the sea's getting up a bit. Temperature will be the same. Clouds, let's see what's happening with the clouds. That's I've got to build that back just to confirm where we're at with this one. That looks like it's pretty clear. So they've got big seas, clear skies. Here's the cloud cover, still a way off yet. And it's a beautiful sunny day where they are. Currents, not much to worry about in terms of head current or anything. It's all going with them. So I'll build that up so you can clearly see it. It's all helping them at the moment. And we've got to keep going through the edge there. This is a stream, current stream there, and that's probably, but the purpley colour is bordering on 1 knot. Here's the colour gradient down the bottom of the scale. So there's 1 knot here. As soon as you get the purple, it's starting to roll over towards 1 and a bit. So certainly not a problem. It's all helping them. And the wind and the current are the same way. That's a good thing. It keeps the sea slightly organised, but we'll look at that a bit more on the windy so you can see what's going on. Anyway, they're all through the islands there now. They're all, reasonably 2/3 of the fleet. If I say if you draw a line abreast across here, comparison to the Rum 9, they're all, no one's got a breakaway yet, even Origami. They're sitting there, and then there's this sort of rear group of 4 coming across the back there. So, but this lead group is going to be very interesting. I don't know how close they'll get to each other as they head down, but okay, I'm going to now come back here and just click you over to show you windy and how that works. If we've got this, it looks like jeepers, we're not getting anything there. Something's happened to our internet. I'll just try and bounce this off a bit. Just stand by. I'm just reloading. This is saying I've logged out, Jane. What are you seeing? Are you seeing windy there? Just have a look at this. It says I've got to continue, and I don't know why I'm doing that, but why is that there?
Just continue as doing whatever.
Okay.
Black face now.
I've gone black. Am I there?
No,
No.
because you're solo on the empty screen now because you lost the contact.
Okay. So, boy.
Not too much.
No, it's just not taking the thing out. Okay, so I'm not there. It looks as if it's dropped off.
You need to hit something first. Yeah,
Windy. Share. Radio.
And then tracker, maybe, I don't know. Tracker, share. Because you're refreshing it.
Tracker, share. Okay. But that's strange. Okay. So why can't I go back to me? There I am. Hello. It's not working. So I'll forget about windy because I'm not showing. Let me just stand by, everybody. I'm just going to try and reboot windy. I'm not touching anything, so you should be looking at me. Here it comes. Windy's back on. Now I come back there. Okay, we've got windy. So now I'm going to try and get you to windy, which will be good to go. Okay, we're good to go. Now I go to Windy. Okay, so Windy, this is the Windy site, which is actually a lot more accurate with a huge amount of information here. If you've never been on it, you can get on it and you can play around. We've got a premium subscription, so we get even more. And I use it when there's challenging weather situations and I have to advise the fleet or an individual sailor exactly what's going on. But you can see here it's very defined on these zones which have no wind and increased winds. So this was actually for the weather now, and you can see the fleet was.
Black screen. Don't just stop.
Oh, hang on a sec. Black screen. Why have we got a black screen? Here it's not. It's there. I'm not sure why it's there. It is there. There's Windy, solo on. That's 3. So now it should be. It could be your phone doing that. We're not sure what you've actually got at the moment, everybody. It says solo on. You should be looking at Windy, but we're showing a black screen on there.
Everyone show black screen.
Black screen, but you see here it's showing it's working. You know, maybe that's an issue of. Let's see.
Every time you use a Windy, you draw everything.
Yeah.
Also.
Okay.
Don't play with Windy.
Okay. Well, I can't get to Windy at the moment. It might be. Sorry. Yeah.
Black screen.
Still black screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to me. See if you get me. Have you got me yet?
No.
Nope. Still not me.
No, there's a whole. I don't know. It's a black. Maybe delay. I don't know.
Okay, I'm hanging off, and then we'll forget about Windy. We've sort of covered most of it. We'll get this sorted. Sorry about the issues, and it could be the internet here. I'm not sure. That's showing 5 bars. So is that a test? Is that working now? Just testing with here. Testing the audio.
No.
Nope, still not working. Must be a bandwidth thing. All right. Thanks for that. We'll see you later on. Bye-bye. Oh, I got to